university, and we have center, we call it as UM. UM stands for University Malaya, Power Energy Dedicated Advanced Center. So I started my career, in fact I started my PhD in this center, and now I am the Deputy Director of this center. So this is a little bit of the history of the center. So in 2000, we formed a center, a few of us. I was not there at that point, so my supervisor and a few of his friends, I think about 4 or 5 of them, formed this center in 2000. Then we grew over the years, and in 2010, we were recognized as highest institution center of excellence. So this is Center of Excellence. So for your information, Center of Excellence is something like what you have in India. In India, you have this National Institute of Wind Energy, the one in Chennai, and then you have National Institute of Solar Energy in Delhi. So these are all the big centers affiliated to the Ministry of, in your case, it will be Ministry of Science or Renewable Energy, right? Here, all these centers are attached to the university, and the funding for the center comes from the Ministry of Higher Education. So in 2010, we were privileged to get this recognition as High COE, Higher Institution Center of Excellence, and we grew since then. So this is the strength of the center. We have roughly about 3 professors, and we have about 13, 14 academic staffs. And then if you look at the number of programs that we have, we don't have any undergraduate program because we are purely research center. So we only have postgraduates. So we have PhD, we have MPhil, and we have MRE, which is Master of Renewable Energy. So these are the statistics, and if you see the number of research students, PhD and MPhil, we have more than 50 students, and more than 130 have graduated from the center. So these are the business that we do in the center. So research activity is our core. Then we do consultation service, and then PhD program, and then we do also professional testing and services, where we offer our service to the industry. Okay, and on top of that, we do training and training program for those who need. And then these are our research expertise and capability. These are the areas that we work, mainly on solar energy, smart grid, power system, energy efficiency system, power quality. So if you can see, all these are related to energy. So these are some of the areas that we are working on. So in terms of research publication, so when you talk about research, I think publications comes into the picture, and it's one of the important criteria to evaluate how good your research is. So over the years, we have published more than, I think since 2010, we have published more than 500 journals, and most of the journals are on Q1 and Q2 ISI journals. So as I mentioned just now, we also do a lot of testings related to solar inverters, and these are the tests that normally we do: power factor, current harmonics, DC current injection. So these are the tests that we do, and we offer service to the industry. So my presentation today is going to be related to this one, because this is where the power electronics, power quality comes into the picture. Right? So if you look at the global energy demand, if you look at the statistics here, the 2 major countries that is going to be the next biggest consumer, or already become the biggest consumer, which is India and China. But India is expected to take over or overtake China in terms of energy consumption in the late 20s, in the late around beginning of 2030s, right? So these are the statistics, and if you look at the world net and electricity generation by fuel, we are expecting renewable energy to pick up or to increase, the share of renewable energy to increase, and the share of coal will be remain the same, and natural gas also remain the same, and we have expected to have reduction in terms of petroleum, right? So before I move from, just I want to introduce a little bit on the renewable energy landscape in Malaysia. So Malaysia is a very small country. So some of you have been to Malaysia. So it's a very small country. So our energy consumption is not as great as India or any other big countries like China, but we are growing. Okay. So we have this commitment or pledge to be called. So one of it is the Paris Agreement. So we pledge to have 45 emission intensity reduction by 2030, and we have plans to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emission by 2050. So many countries have the pledge to reduce the or become carbon neutral by 2050. So if you look at the emission, so energy sector is the highest emitter or greenhouse gas emitter, I would say, and this is where the biggest solution or the biggest contribution that we can provide. And if you look at the commitments by the big giants, and if you can see all the big giants are there, oil and gas, automotive industry, and banking sectors. So many of them have pledged by 2050. Okay, some are early, like BMW is expected by 2040. If you look at the chart there, but most of the company or big companies are expected to have carbon neutral by 2050.